Hi, I'm a Smoking Elk, and today we are cooking smoked beef chin. Hi, I'm the Smoking Elk, and today we are cooking smoked beef shin chili. I keep saying we're going to keep these short and sweet, under 10 minutes, and I'm really going to try my best today, I promise. We're going to do smoked beef shin chili. We've got about a kilo of normal diced beef and about a kilo of beef shin. What we're going to do, we're going to dice it, we're going to smoke it over the sauce. So the chili sauce, tomato sauce, whatever, is going to sit below the meat, and above that we're going to have the shelf with the meat on, taking on some hickory smoke for the first couple of hours, all the while the meat, the fat, is dripping into the sauce. And then after 2 hours of smoke, we're going to incorporate it into the sauce, give it a good stir, pop the lid on, cook it nice and slow for another 2 or 3 hours until the beef is literally melting, falling apart. This one isn't going to please the beans in chili fan club. There are no beans in this. It's based on a Texas chili. There's no beans in that. I do occasionally put beans in chili, maybe with minced beef, but with diced beef, nice chunky chili, absolutely not. Just tomatoes, beef stock, some spices, and the beef, of course. It's going to fall apart, it's going to melt in the mouth, it's going to be good. So let's go cook it. So for this, we're using the Kamado Joe, Big Joe. Got the fire basket loaded. Got some chunks of hickory in there. We're going to have the sesame rack there. We're going to set a cast iron pot in there. Going to put grates on. We're going to put the meat over the top. We're going to light this, get the smoking away at about 225, 250 for the first couple of hours while we get the smoke on the meat and then into the chili. The cut that we are using today is beef shin, and this stuff is beautiful for chilies, for stews. A lot of intramuscular fat, connective tissue, and that's fine. It's all going to melt down, it's all going to break down, all the collagen is going to break down and give you some damn fine flavours and chili. So we have a kilo of this. We have a kilo of normal diced beef, purely because I already had it out defrosted, so I thought we'd make a beef shin chili. I'm going to add that diced beef in there. So we've got 2 kilos of meat. There's only 2 people that live in the Smoking Elk household, because once you make this shit is so good that you're going to want to make sure there's leftovers. You're going to put them in them Tupperware pots and you're going to pop them in the freezer. Next time you want some good comfort food, you're going to go and defrost one of those babies, dig right in. Honestly, it's that good. So, beef shin, diced beef. Let's see what else we've got. So the other great thing about this dish is there's no dicing onions, smashing garlic. It's pretty straightforward. 2 tablespoons of chili powder, about a teaspoon of cumin, teaspoon of paprika, maybe a teaspoon and a half garlic granules, about a teaspoon and a half of onion granules, 2 teaspoons of oregano, a teaspoon of salt, about half a teaspoon of pepper, and then about a litre of good quality beef stock, tin of tomatoes, just chopped tomatoes, diced tomatoes, and about 200 grams, maybe 250 grams of tomato puree. May seem like a lot, but trust me, it really works.
We lost their composure.
Ever wondered what's behind here? Oh yes, what's even better? I'm a Pompey fan. We hate the Scummers and they're losing 2-0. So we've got a nice hot pan into there. I'm going to squirt in the tomato paste. All of that. It seems like a lot, but trust me. And to that, we're going to add in the chili powder. And just give that a good mix. Take out the bitterness for a minute or 2. Then next in, tin tomatoes and the stock. Like I said, about a litre of beef stock. This is going to be cooking for a little while, so you want quite a bit in there. And then in go your spices. Get them all in. Like I said, this is a nice easy dish. Just takes patience, but the end result is totally worth it. So I'm going to give that a stir. This is the main sauce now for the chilli. We're going to sit this in the accessory rack in the Kamado Joe. That's going to simmer along while the beef sits on top and drips down its fatty goodness. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to pop the Dutch oven into the accessory rack. We're going to pop the grill grates on top, like so, and then we're just going to put the beef shin. We're not going to be able to get it all in a single layer, so just best you can, so we can get as much smoke on that meat as possible, but it's still over the pan. And there we go. So that it's going to take on the hickory smoke. The fat's going to drip into the Dutch oven, into the sauce. A couple of hours of smoke and we'll be back. We've been smoking away for about an hour now, so we're just going to open the lid, see how we're getting on, maybe rotate the beef around, get a bit more smoke on the bits that maybe quite aren't exposed, but let's see how we're doing. So far so good. As you can see, get a lovely bit of colour from the hickory smoke on the outside of that beef. Juices, as you can see, there's juices in there that are coming off of the beef and going straight into that sauce below, which is exactly what we wanted to do. So going to give this, mix this up a bit. We want to expose as much as possible to the smoke, try and get as much of that smoky hickory flavour into the chilli. Sauce is simmering away under there. The juice from the meat is dripping in. Lovely bit of colour on this. So we're just going to rotate the beef, put it back over for another hour. 2 hours in now. We're smoking at about 230, 240 Fahrenheit. Lovely bit of colour around the edges of this meat. We have flipped it once, so we've got 2 hours worth of smoke on there. We're now going to get this into the sauce, let it finish off, probably for about another hour, maybe 2 hours, until it's soft and melt in the mouth. So that meat is now going to simmer away for another couple of hours until it's fully tenderised, falling apart. It's going to be good. All we're going to do now is pop the lid on, come back in an hour and a half, see how we're doing. We've lost the light, but we've gained a beautiful, succulent, melt in the mouth Texas red beef chilli. And I'm telling you to just check this out. Meat is just falling apart. Plenty of sauce, beautiful colour. So we're just going to go ahead, because we all know that you want to see the taste test. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to get ourselves a bowl of that chilli. Can you see that? Beautiful, chunky, spicy red chilli. Bowl of chilli, cheese. I'm just going to go in with a fork. Let's go in with some crusty tiger bread instead. So, cheers. Smoky, hickory smoked beef shin chilli. Oh mate, sorry there's no beans, but once you give this a go, you will not care about beans. I'm going to go eat half a loaf with a big bowl of this chilli, loads of cheese. As always, hit the subscribe, please, hit the notifications, and I'll see you next week. Laters.